Okay. Hello, hello, folks. Well, let's see what happens if I unplug my computer and do today's session without the connection. And hopefully we will still be around in the next little bit. Sometimes my computer decides it just does not want to agree with what's happening, apparently. So welcome, folks. Just inviting you to join me in taking a few deep breaths wherever you are watching from before we start today's call. I think there might already be someone here, Catherine, whose name might also be Electra. Ooh, yeah, the Palladian sister. Hello, Catherine or Electra. And everyone else. So wherever you are, just inviting you to just notice your spot, where you are finding yourself calling in or joining in today from. And if you're sitting, standing, just recognizing your connection to the earth through the sits bones. And then we're just going to take a few deep breaths together from that rooted place in the earth. So on empty, inhaling, 2, 3, 4, pause, and exhale out through those roots. 3, 4, inhale, pause, and exhale. On your next inhale, really feeling that pull of energy up through the roots, inhaling, really pulling it up, maybe inhaling a little bit more, pausing, noticing the energy in your body, and exhaling, letting it all out. And just allowing the breath to return to normal as we bring ourselves here. Hello, Dora King. Hi, nice to have you join in. I have some cards. I have some runes here for today. So if you would like a card pulled, rune pulled, whatever intuitive guidance that shows up, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I feel like there's been a lot of stuff happening energetically lately, whatever the stars are doing in their alignment. It's beyond the scope of this channel. I know Mercury's in retrograde. Sure, Dora King will get you a card here. Just really coming into the sense of self. I've been doing a lot of healing myself around being okay with people's perceptions of me, or what, the people-pleasing energy that oftentimes can come up. When you're a people pleaser, such as like me, it could be challenging. Everything seems like it could be wrong or too negative, and it's important to just trust that we cannot please everyone. So just speaking that into the space wherever you find yourself today. Ooh, Dora, we got a card for you already. Prince of Swords. We're using the Thoth deck right now. So these are really calling for some reason today, feeling like there's this need for us to really step into a bit more of this shadow aspect. Again, how can this place of being seen as okay or negative be us finding neutrality within both, if that makes sense. So we have the Prince of Swords here, Dora King, and there we go, 9 of discs. The cards are everywhere for you. Ooh, and we have the Knight of Discs as well. So if you're not familiar with the Thoth deck, it was developed by, kind of co-jointly developed by Aleister Crowley and a artist whose name has completely left me, but she did the artwork for this deck back at the beginning of the 19th century, I assume it was. I just really find the images speak quite powerfully. So we'll see whatever it brings up for you. We have the Prince of Swords here. So something about this green energy, interesting that this green energy, emerald and the gold, is showing up in all the cards here. We have the 9 of discs, which would be the pentacles and the Rider-Waite. weight deck or whatever. And it's known as the Lord of Gain. So something that's being gained through the thought process here. And then we have the Knight of Dis, which I'm perceiving as like this transition into maybe a place of like whatever hard work you've been coming from, where there's, you know, it's maybe seemed like a lot of, you've had to really, oh, I'm breaking up. Oh, sorry. Hopefully the internet will be okay. We'll have to make do with what we can. And I'll try to slow down my energy a bit, see if that helps. But this is the fun of Mercury in retrograde. We just make do. So I'm seeing with the Prince of Swords for Eudora King, this place where you've been working on controlling all the different aspects of your thoughts. Sometimes we can get into this like game of like uber control. Uber's like, okay, this thought's happening, that thought's happening. I don't like that one, and we judge, and we're really trying to rein it in. And there can be benefit of that from the perspective of healing the mind, or like, you know, the kind of not so great thought programming that has come from childhood and so forth. But it also comes to a point where it can almost be too controlling, that we're hindering ourselves. We're hindering the way the universe can operate, and it can become, what I'm seeing is, I don't know if it's really visible, but there's all these kind of like jaggedy edges in the back. It's almost like the terrain becomes so unmanageable and toxic, I want to say, even for people around us. And it's no one's fault. This is part of the learning, okay? So see it as a learning opportunity. But whatever is transitioning, there's going to be a lot of support for you in, I guess, slowing down that need for control, because you've done the healing, you've been making progress. It can now show up in your physical reality through the earth energy of the pentacles. And this is going to involve you, like we see here in this Knight of Dis, that he's slowed down. The horse is able to graze on the wheat. He's put his weapons down. He's taking a moment to look at the sunrise or sunset. I'm kind of getting the sense it's like a sunset, like after a battle, but maybe you perceive it in a different way. Can you be willing to be slowed down enough and acknowledge the work you've done? You don't have to continue reeling in all these ego mind or thought patterns. You can just enjoy the gold, like the healing is kind of taking place. So let's pull one of these cards from, again, my lovely friend Mary with the Healer Lounge. If you don't, if you weren't here last week when we did the live, she was on with me here. She gifted these really cool cards. So let's pull a card for Dora King. And obviously, let me know if this resonates or not. You know, these readings or whatever thoughts, just mine. Take what you will with whatever's being pulled, folks. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just sharing my interpretation of cards that are pulled based on your request for a card or cards or runes. And we just do what we need to do. Let it be, I guess, a part of the journey and part of your awakening process in the way that you feel called. Okay, it's this one. Spirit. It says heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. Hello, Blue Rose Energy Healing. What's up? So we have the spirit. We have here the Merkaba, that like star of David, the chariot, which we are in this year, Dora King of the chariot, with it being 2023. You are being led through this energetic vehicle that surrounds you, and there are ways to really tune into this process and what this can bring for you. You know, just like you being here today is your guides, and guides leading you to where it is you need to go for whatever reason, whatever you receive from this. So are you still able to ask for that support from spirit? You know, taking that pause and time to just connect with the beauty of nature around you is a great way to do that. And in those periods, hi, Catherine, we can really hone in on what those guides are, where they're guiding us to, what the messages they're sharing and so forth. But there's really this sense for me that this is pausing, like pausing and recognizing what you have built so far. Like you've done a lot there, though sometimes maybe you might be hard on yourself around what that is. So and I just want to like say it's okay that maybe your life experience has been, Dorothy, that you've had to protect yourself or reel these mind parts in or these thoughts in. It's okay. Like it served a purpose. Like I'm just really with this shield here, this person being in battle. That's okay. Yeah, I just feel like that's all I need to say about that. We do it. We do it. There's times and a need for us to do it, but now it's also okay to release in the places that you feel safe to do so. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Again, I guess I should say, I didn't really say at the beginning, every Monday I'm trying to host these Moonday Vibe calls where we pull cards, chat, and have different folks on here that were interested in collaborating on YouTube. So yeah, feel free to join us again in the future. You can subscribe and so forth if you want to be notified. Next week, Monday, I believe it will also be around the same time. Otherwise, I'm rotating times and evenings. And in a couple Mondays, there will not be one because I think a few Mondays, I will be at a retreat doing some stuff. So yeah, sweet. Well, Blue Rose Energy. Really will do you. And then Catherine, I assume you want a card. I've been doing Reiki healing on people. Oh, cool, Catherine. Or if you prefer me to call you Electra, you can let me know, and I will do my best to remember that if you return. Yeah, you're welcome, Dora King. You're welcome. So it's just cool to be a part. I'm ready, she says. Oh my gosh. We'll see. You're the expert. Yeah. If you're interested, Blue Rose Energy Healing also has a great channel. You can check her out on YouTube, on Instagram. I love like people checking out all these other intuitives and creators and so forth. It's like just trusting you're gonna follow wherever it is you need to go. So let's do it. Interesting. Okay, what messages do you have here? Sometimes I feel like these cards are so loud and they're So we have the Four of Cups. It is in reverse here, so if that means anything to you, the Four of Cups in both deck is the Lord of Luxury, and it's a very beautiful card, I feel. Ooh, and then we have the Aeon, which I think the universe. No, what's the 20 Trump? You'll know what that is in the major Trump card. Is that the world? I'll show you the images in a minute. Ooh, yeah, well, I mean, those cards have definitely an Egyptian vibe, but this one, I believe it's got Horus right in the middle. It's very much of like, that was weird. I don't know if you saw that, but this card just like, one of the cards looks like it just levitated. Looks like I'm probably taking that card, but oops. Okay. So take what you will with what I am going to interpret, but we have the Lord of Luxury, which is the Four of Cups. It was in reverse technically, but I just love this image of the like ever abundant sort of feeding of water flowing into the cups from that source. This is about Moon and Cancer, from what I can gauge. So the intuitiveness of water. What messages are coming forward for you, Blue Rose Energy, as you tap into your intuitive gift, especially with this moon coming up? Is there's something that needs to be shaken and released so that it can start to really go into more of this flow again? We then have the Aeon card, which is the 20, which I think is the world in like the traditional deck. I just love this. Like just looking at this image, we have Horus in that image in the background there inside of this being who's putting like the symbol of the sign of silence, or the sign of like being hush once we enter inside like a holy space. underneath like the world. I think this is supposed to be Nuit, like underneath the night sky. So there's a lot of like this Egyptian imagery within this card. Take what you will of it. That recognition that there's like a lot of like spiritual authority, I guess, that you have, is like what the word is that's coming through. And even though maybe some of this stuff is wanting to be, the emotions, things showing up want to be released, that doesn't take away from the authority that you have. And then we have the Five of Swords, which is Lord of Defeat in this deck. And I'm just going to show you what this looks like. It's interesting enough too. It's also in reverse. It kind of has a similar look to this one. You see, we see the downward pointing star in image, and then these four kind of equaling parts. So there's something about that, even though this card is right up, the Five of Swords, in like this card pull for you. But there's something there like of this reversal, you know, and I don't know a whole lot about like all the ancient Egyptian mythology, but my understanding, it's like, say, Osiris, Horus, this rising up, the silencing, like the death of experience so that newness can come through. There's really something there. It can seem like defeat, but within all that, there's like the potential for the next part of your journey. So recognizing that, and you're birthing, like I just want to point out, ooh, I just noticed this. At the bottom, we have these beings in, like, they're like seeds in the hands of God. Because like the top of this letter Shin in the Hebrew is like these little yods, is what I understand. And the yod is like the hand. It's also related to the Hermit card. So there's like this tie to that. Shin is tooth, which I think is related to the, I don't think it's the universe card. I feel like for some reason that's the judgment card. I'd have to check into that. There's something about being held in the hands of God. Every destiny being held in the hands of God is coming through. Anyways, okay, let me read this. I can call you Electra, sweet. I was just doodling stars as I was listening to you speak. That's funny. Okay, let's pull you one of these, and then we'll see. Oh, hi, Andrew. Arcana, nice to meet you. If you'd like a card, you can let me know. I think you will be after Electra. Ooh. But yes. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. So whatever you're going through, really, like, there's something, don't give up. There's like something really, you're being led, you're being supported. This is like the blueprint of life. Your ancestral lineage is supporting, spirit is supporting. Let it birth the way it needs to. Cleanse what you feel called to as you come into this full moon, right? On Friday or whatever, and perseverance. I think it's really important that we don't give up, you know, like don't give up. Yeah. That I think is just really, as much as we want to in life, know that everything is happening for a reason. It's just making us stronger. So yeah, anyways, I hope that makes sense. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, Catherine, or Electra. Sorry, Electra. I'm doing the best. I'm reading things, seeing things. Let's pull some cards for you. Yeah. Yeah, people are gonna not like what we do sometimes. We gotta just keep showing up. And something I'm finding is like the more resistance we get from the world, usually that means that we're like on the path. The irony of it, I suppose, but we just got to keep going, and it might seem lonely sometimes. Whew. Okay, there's a few cards. It's funny. Some of the other cards came through too. We got Four of Cups, Luxury, Princess of Swords, Electra. Lots of swords lately. What's up with that? It's in reverse, the Princess of Swords. Ooh. So you got some cup energy here. So we had the Four of Cups. which is the Lord of Luxury again, this time the upright. So that moon in Cancer. And then we have the Princess of Swords here in reverse, which this card's like, to me, a really messy card, but it's interesting. I'm kind of, just this morning was reading about Icarus. A weird scenario. Oh, for sure, Andrew. Yeah. I usually lurk. I like that. That's okay. You're allowed to lurk. Icarus. Okay. Weird thing happened this morning. I'm like, was on my computer, not listening to music, doing some chorus when my partner came out and we were just talking. Then all of a sudden this, like, my computer starts playing music. I wasn't even near my computer. And I'm like, well, that's bizarre. Because I'm like, do you hear music? And the song it was playing was this like Icarus and what was it called? I don't know if it's still going to show up on my Spotify. Oxygenia and Icarus. I didn't look up Oxygenia, but Icarus stood out. And the concept here of flying too close to the sun. You know, we got this princess like up here being led by like spirit, by air, which interestingly enough, swords being air, the album of which this song was from is called Air. It's kind of interesting. So there's something just about being cautious with that. And then we have the Six of Cups, the Lord of Pleasure. So I'm kind of getting the sense, Electra, that, you know, there's this need for balance. And it's interesting because the Six of Cups and the Four of Cups both, well, the one is the moon and the other one is the sun, ruled by the sun. Okay, Cancer and I think Scorpio for this one. And sometimes we can get into the need to really experience a lot, and emotions can be a lot and so forth, but we need to balance our life experience so that it's not too much of one way and not too much pleasure. Dare I say, not too much luxury. We need to ground down. Oops. And the earth cards here, and funny enough, the sun was on the other end. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. And then it says earth. Ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. So you kind of have this balancing of both up and down, or above, below, black, white, dark, light, whatever, however you want to perceive that. This is like something that's going to help you to not get burned by thoughts, not get burned by people around you, by the sun being too on one extreme or not. It's going to balance your emotions and ultimately feed the parts of you that are, you know, really are seeking the fulfillment. That's why maybe we reach to certain addictions or certain practices in our life. So it's not to damn that. It's just there's something about the sun here being too close. And I think in the story of Icarus, it's like the dad made him these wings with beeswax. And then he was like, don't go too low to the ocean, or don't fly too low, because then the mist and the moisture will wreck what your ability to fly. But if you go too high to the sun, it's also going to damage your ability to fly. But he didn't listen to that, or the instructions of his father, and he fell. And that can be hard to listen to, like what our parents say, or what in this case maybe like the masculine patriarchal sort of aspect is trying to speak into our life. But is there some value? Can we shift our perspective as to what is wanting to be shared, and what lessons, so that we can avoid any burnout or any disasters from kind of taking place? And I think that earth energy is really necessary to balance that sun. You know, when we think about that Merkaba, we have the sun aspect and we have the earth aspect of it. And so, yeah, see what comes up with that for you. Hello, Varun Rishi Verma. When will I be in a relationship in the future? Oh, that sounds very specific. It's funny because when Mary was on the challenge, she's like, oh, anyone have questions? I'm like, questions? Why would I want to answer specific questions? But I'll see what comes up if you would like me to check about that. I don't really do specific question readings, but after Andrew, we will do that. So yeah, Electra, I hope that makes sense, the reading. This has been getting all over the place. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and blessings from the Palladian energy. Okay, Andrew Arcana. Let's see what cards. Ooh, I feel like the runes want to come out for you for some reason. Maybe I have to pull that. We'll do one of these and then we'll do that. Ah, 10 of Wands, oppression. What a strong energy. You know, like this could be seen as like almost like battle, like putting arm fists up and like standing ground and like to prepare to attack or also to protect. You know, what oppressive things are happening for yourself that are actually like transmuting something internally. There's this fire element with this card. But Andrew's get some runes for you. Runes. We'll do 2. Okay, so we have Kenaz and we have Feyu. So let's see. So we have Kenaz like pointing downwards. Usually it would be like this. I think that's the right direction. But it's almost like in Kenaz is actually like the torch. It's the light. And we can see this as like spirit shining a light down on you, pointing on the path. Protecting is kind of what I was getting, which seems to resonate with this oppressive energy of the 10 of Wands. So like just this reminder, Andrew, of like how can, when we see, you know, there's that concept of like rejection is God's protection, you know, where it can seem like, oh my God, I'm being stopped versus something is protecting me. It's really a gauge of perception shift here. We have Feyu, which is in reverse. So if there is a woman involved or some feminine kind of energy, I don't know if you're a man or a woman or what, or who you relate to, if there's some type of rejection energy here, encouraging you to trust whatever that is and listen to your intuition. Maybe you haven't really been listening to that, but seeing the beauty in yourself, not just in others, so that you can like start to really recognize what is going on. Yeah, there's still feminine energy going on for you, Andrew. We got the goddess, healing feminine energy. So whatever is maybe happening or happened, whether this makes any sense to you at all, Andrew, but recognize that even within the rejection from the feminine, however that's showing up, it could be a boss, it could be a relationship, it could be an experience with women or feminine representing kind of humans or beings at this point. There is a healing happening for your feminine aspect, your feminine side. So just inviting you to really sit with that. And you can ask the goddess, whatever goddess, you know, you just say the goddess, if it's Sophia, if it's some other being that you identify with, to support you with understanding and shifting your perspective. And I feel like maybe we'll just point this card out because that came up or kind of still out there. Air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. So air might be a benefit for you. Yeah. That's all I want to say. That's all that needs to be said about that. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, you're welcome. Glad it makes sense to someone, though. Like I said, when I am here, I just speak things. Take what you will. I'm no longer people-pleasing. So if you don't like it, then there's some reason it's bringing up whatever it brings up for you. But let us go on to Varun Rishi Verma, who had a question. If anyone else is watching, would like a card and such pulled, let me know. We can pull that. Okay. Varun Rishi Verma, when will I be in a relationship in the future? I mean, I don't know. Can we dictate when something is happening? I think the real question is like, what may be in your way of being in a relationship, but like, what type of relationship do you want? We have the Ace of Swords here. Hello, Mary. Hello, Healer Lounge. Nice to see you. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Yeah, love doing this. It's fun. It's been quite a leap for me to step into focusing on just this stuff. But I'm enjoying it. Oh, I'm so excited for everyone to see in like a few weeks, probably by the time we get editing videos, we're going to be starting to release some new kind of content. So yesterday we spent the day interviewing and recording. And so now it's going to be, yeah, this is super cool. There's a lot of potential happening. I'm excited to share what's going to show up for in the next little bit. Letting the seeds plant. And it's really great to see you all engaging. So, Varun, we have the Queen of Discs for you as well. So perhaps there is some type of energy of like earth, whether it's, what are the earth signs, people? Or not even earth signs, but there's something about this ram. The ram, so whether it's Aries, whether it's Capricorn, which I think is another one, or Taurus, there's something there. Ooh, perhaps that'll be someone that's in your, oh my goodness, environment. We have the Queen of Wands, and then we also have the Art card in reverse, which I believe is Temperance. Show you how much I know about these. Let me just sit here with this for a minute. I'm just going to show you this Queen of Wands. So Varun, are you seeking a man or a woman? There's a lot of feminine energy here. We've got, in a way, we have all of the elements here. We've got the sword. We got discs with the Queen of Discs. We have the wands, so fire with the Queen of Wands. And then we have this art card, which if you look at it, it's like the combination of water and fire in a sense, but definitely getting a lot of sense of the feminine water potential with the blue and so forth. So there's some like alchemizing. I am Black Moon Lilith Taurus. Oh, that's cool. You're looking for a woman. Okay. So there's something here about the like internalizing of these feminine aspects within the self. It, like, and I'm seeing this like 4x4 kind of square, you know, the balance of the square, all the parts of the square, and the importance of how that needs to be balanced internal. Let's see if there's anything in this. Now, is there a time with any of this? 14, 15, 6. Don't mind me, I'm doing math and counting and figuring out things in my head. 6. What was your initial question? When will I be in a relationship? In the future. How far along what other parts, Rune, do you feel like are holding you back from a relationship? Is there something that you feel still needs to be balanced inside? So like, I'm getting this, so I'm seeing the trees in this Queen of Discs. I'm seeing the 3 palm trees in the background. So it might be kind of hard to see right there. 3, 3, 3. The concept of 1 and 14 combining down into 6. Ooh, we got Tiwaz in reverse, and we got Iwo. So where is your attention being focused around why you want a relationship? sometimes we can be so caught up in like, well, I don't want to be lonely. I want someone to like fulfill me and lift me up in a certain way. And it could be solely lustful, sex driven. I want to just point out like redirecting your perspective around that is like turning it around. Okay. And this turning around is going to happen also with healing the personal feminine stuff, the balancing of those elements inside yourself. Ewo also is like that archer energy, the direction and focus of your thoughts and your mind, how you view or perceive yourself. But yeah, the 3, the 6, and the 9 is something that's coming out in terms of numbers, whatever that means. I personally would be mindful, be like, okay, you're going to find a relationship in X amount of months, because you are the person in control of your life experience, you know. There's definitely some potential here around relationship. I think though, from what I've learned in my life experience, is it doesn't matter what anyone says you're going to find, because you could find a relationship. Like, again, getting clear on what type of relationship, because hey, you can have a relationship in 3 months. It could be the shittiest relationship of your life. Is that what you want? No, I would imagine not, but maybe you do. That's up to you. I think you need to figure that out for you. What is the balance that you want to bring in, that four-sided square, that, balance of the feminine, and seeing the feminine for all of her beauty, not just what she can give to you, if that makes sense. I've been writing in a league from another planet. Oh, cool, Electra. Bad social skills and schizophrenia. I feel the urge to be in a romantic relationship with a woman. Okay. So I would encourage you then, Rune, to sit with that urge. What is that energy? Where is it guiding you? It'll point you in a direction, but also recognizing that urge needs to be in a way controlled or navigated, so that whoever that other individual is still gets to maintain their autonomy, their sense of self, and so forth. You don't get to, I'm not saying this is what you're doing, but you don't get to come into relationship to control or box them in to the box. So recognizing that box for self can also support the relationship for future. So I don't know if that makes any sense for you. Let's put one of these for you, Rune. Ooh, I just fell. I don't know why cards keep falling. I'm sitting up way too high here. We have protection. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. So if something has happened to you in the past where it didn't feel safe around women, this might be a part of it. Whatever your life experience was, or maybe you don't feel like you're safe around women, or people have told you that women are not safe around you, really sitting and exploring that, connecting with your spiritual practice, what your spiritual God or deities or whatever is going to support you with recognizing protection and balancing. There's something really, I don't know why I keep saying that, balancing. Maybe because of this art card and how she's like pouring into the cauldron, both energies, and this has been out of balance. But you have, I think, some feminine energies. You could also ask your ancestors for this protection, maternal side, so grandmothers and so forth, to support you with coming into alignment with what it is that you want. And you can be successful no matter what your mental health diagnoses or challenges are socially. I hope that you know that. Having worked in mental health for a long time, I can tell you that I know many people who have different diagnoses, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, who have been able to maintain healthy, loving relationships with other people. So yeah, just sharing that too. Doesn't need to be like not saying that you're saying this either, but a death sentence in any way, like that, oh, I have this diagnosis or this thing means I'm not capable of having whatever I want. But yeah. So I hope that makes sense. Varun, Rishi, Verma, thanks for being here. I think that was everyone. I kind of got the sense, Mary, you do not want a card. If you change your mind, you can let me know. Um, Electra says, I meant I am writing symbols from another planet. Oh, okay. I've been writing in a, okay. Oh, in a language from another planet. Yeah, cool. So like light language maybe or something. Interesting concepts. I think there's going to be a lot of information downloaded. So from those experiences. So yeah, I think if that's all the cards, maybe we'll just end with a bit of some lovely energy sending your way and yeah, tapping into, I think, you know, whatever these galactic type codes are, because it's stuff that's definitely been showing up. Specifically for me, it's been the Lemurian energy. Ooh, Mohammed, hello. Who can I know who is coming for my love life? Everyone loves these love cards. Hey, relationship. We'll pull you a card too, Mohammed. Um, Here, actually, maybe I'll just do some runes for you. Maybe we'll card. Let's see what happens for Mohammed. But I'm just gonna start kind of channeling some lovely Lemurian energy your way that helps you to imagine connecting to a crystal deep in the earth. You can do that. Concepts of these like Lemurian beings having gone into the earth is my understanding. And so whatever that is, however you're sensing that right now, as we pull some runes for Muhammad, Tahiru, I hope I said your last name correctly, or your your username. Who's coming for Muhammad's love life? Who is coming? Dun, dun, dun. I mean, I can't really tell you who, I don't think, but whatever. We'll just see what the runes have to say, and I'll speak whatever it is. Take what you will. You get to determine who do you want, Muhammad. Algies in reverse. Tiwaz again. Interesting. Whoa, weird. Tiwaz and Kenaz in like, yeah, anyways, those runes came out before. Kenaz, we also have pointing down. Whoops. Tiwaz pointing up. Algies is like self-protection. So Mohammed, the thing that's coming through, I'm like seeing like the peacock energy. Sometimes we want to like show off colors, you know, like in the animal kingdom, it's like the male will like fly those like bright colors and just show off and like all this stuff. You don't really have to do that. I'm kind of getting the sense there's something about like just standing down, trusting the standing down energy of seeking out a partner, and that this person, and so if that is something that you're doing already, and maybe there's like shame or guilt of how you're showing up like that, like, oh, I should probably put myself out there, I should probably do this, should. Recognizing that how you show up, someone else is going to show up in alignment with that. It's going to be divinely led and guided. Again, we got Ken as if spirit, God is shining on the path before you, lighting the way. Let's pull one of these for Muhammad. So stop worrying about it. Five of Dips. Get out of your head. Trust everything is going to be guided perfectly for you. What do we have here? I think it's Mercury in Taurus. So perhaps there can be something that comes up after this Mercury retrograde season for you. We got the insight card. How can you tune into your intuition over the next couple of weeks as Mercury is still in retrograde for however long? Use your third eye to tune into where it is that spirit's leading you to, okay? Stop trying to put all the energy out and instead turn it internal is kind of what I'm getting from here. Underneath, we have wishes come true, okay? Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. I mean, honestly, that comes through by us going inside. I'm really tuning into this lately is the more I meditate, it's like, I keep thinking I have to do things. I have to, you know, when I'm like not meditating, it's like, oh my God, I got to plan this and work on this and da-da, and I got so many things to do. How am I going to get it all done? And then I end up spending time in meditation. However that works for me. I was doing like another type of journey this morning, not so much like silent meditation, but just it's like a guided process. But what I'm finding is when I go into these even things or these processes where it's like I'm supposed to maybe follow steps, my mind is completely going blank and I'm just receiving energy, and it feels so good. And what's coming through is that we are meant to be in that space of just receiving the energy, feeling or sensing the energy, however it is that you sense it, and then letting that guide us. And after that, every time I find when I meditate and I get into that like alignment, that place, the things that need to happen or the people and opportunities that are meant for me just fall in place. So I'm getting that sense for you, Mohammed, that your wishes are coming true in that place of sitting and not worrying, connecting to the self, putting all those flags and colorful feathers down and just trusting the process. And in these next couple of weeks, for sure, if you can do that, there's something that's going to show up there. Just noticing too in this 5 of discs, we have the different tattvas. These are the different types of breath. We have all the elements, but also the breath. So can you explore the different elements in your meditation in some form, however that looks like for you, whether it's listening to chants or mantras of different types of elements. I don't think we posted them all on YouTube, but if you're on Insight Timer, it's like a free app. You can listen to some of our meditations on there. I think there's some like element ones. They might even be on the channel here. Don't quote me on that though. But I'm sure you can easily find something that resonates for you. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Mohammed, I wrote a word that said neon. That means new day. Oh, interesting. Ooh, well, what new days are we bringing in? So wherever you are, as the energy is flowing, supporting you right now, 46 was the time when I looked up. I'm just going to invite you to also imagine now a light from the sun beaming down through the top of your head, in through your crown, filling you up down through your head, down through your body. Breathing this all the way down as it moves into your hips and into your pelvic area, your womb, in the belly and down through the legs. Breathing this energy, the sun rising, that new day, neon, as Electra said. Connecting us above and below. So wherever you are in your journey, just knowing that you are being supported with that just you being here on this planet, wherever you find yourself, whatever your life experience is or has been, that it's exactly what is needed at this time. And the interactions that you have, the places that you find yourself in, just by you being there, that energy is like more than enough. There's nothing you need to say or do in order to experience the beauty of this life that you've been given. And so just breathing that realization into the heart space. And recognizing that that's the powerful being that you are. And people actually love that. And if the people around you that maybe don't see you for who you are right now, that the right people that will see you for who you are coming into your life because you see them for who they are. And I see you for who you are. So breathing just the fact that you exist here now. And that's a beautiful thing. And so I want to thank you all for tuning in today. As I said, every Monday, for the most part, we will be doing these sessions. You can subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're updated when the lives are happening. I'm doing the best I can to be made aware when it goes on. The times might change, but overall, yeah, just here to share this energy. If you are curious about working like one-on-one, I do have spots available for microdosing integration work one-on-one, as well as like our Reiki monthly membership, where you get to receive personal Reiki and intuitive support on a regular basis over a month period. And I think that's something that's really supportive, helps ground, release any energies and blockages that might be in our energy system or in our body, like physically, and helps to really open up the mind, open up our ability to see ourselves for who we truly are. So that invitation, you can check that out on the channel somewhere in one of the videos. I'm sure I've posted it, or go to the website deepmindsquared.com. But yeah, it's such a pleasure to have you tune in here today, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. So have a lovely, lovely Monday, folks. Okay, bye.